Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Blue Marble Science. How stupid can you be is really not a challenge, but flat earthers like to think of it like a challenge. So let's let Mobius take a crack at it, shall we? Warning: severe facial and monitor damage alert is in effect. Get out those oven mitts, push the monitors back out of punching range, and let's light this dumpster fire and have some fun. Now this is all about LIGO. And Mobius has taken exception to a video I made about LIGO, I think primarily because he knows this is the ultimate flat earth killer. So let's see where he's going with this.
This is LIGO. This is the southwest arm. At the start, it's an elevation of 64.12 feet, and at the end, it's 64.9 feet, which Blue got right. What he failed to mention was that in the middle, there's a span of over 1,000 feet at 63 feet, which is even elevation.
I didn't mention those elevations you're talking about, Mobius, because to me at the time, they weren't significant. But now that you're apparently calling this into question, somehow trying to insinuate that LIGO's pad is level, I thought it might be a good opportunity to look at this in a little more detail. Now this is one of the LIGO drawings, and you can find this drawing at that website you see at the bottom, or just Google LIGO as-built drawings. That website will pop up. This drawing pertains to that section you see in the inset at the lower right. It takes 10 of these drawings for each of the arms in order to show all of the elevations. The center point of this arm, this is the southwest arm, is right there. It's closest to the 6,600 foot station. Now sections continue, of course, on either side of this. There's the next one that picks up at the 7,000 foot station. But we don't need to concern ourselves with that. We're only interested in the portion shown on this particular drawing. So I've expanded that to try to make it a little more readable, and as it turns out, the numbers are still really too small to see very well. So let's put them on there in larger fonts so that you can see them. Now the area that Mobius is calling into question is this area over here. You see 9 elevations spanning a distance of 800 feet that list an elevation of 63.00 feet. Does that mean it's flat? Well, I don't know. What should it be? If the Earth is a sphere with a curvature of 3,959 miles, what should those elevations look like? I'll tell you what, we can figure that out. There's a spreadsheet, and at the top you see those stations, and they're lined up with the drawing, starting at 5,700 feet and going up to 7,000 feet. In the next line of the spreadsheet, you see distances away from the center point. And remember, we said the center was closest to the 6,600 foot station. So there's 0 right there. In the next line, we've calculated what the compensation for Earth curvature should be based on that very simple approximation formula of 8 inches per mile squared. And you see what those numbers look like. From 0 to 100 feet, the change is only 2 ten-thousandths of a foot. So let's do this. Let's round those numbers to 2 decimal places, and you get what you see in that line. And finally, let's write down what the actual measured elevations are. You see them there, and you see that there is absolutely no difference between the actual elevations listed on the as-built drawings and what we would predict they should be based on an Earth that has a radius of 3,959 miles. But now, Mobius, there's a couple of things wandering around in the middle of LIGO that you're ignoring. There's a couple of these. And those pachyderms are standing at the midpoint of both of these arms. Let's look at the southwest arm. Look at these elevations. 64.09 feet, and 64.12 feet. Almost exactly the same. But the center elevation is 63 feet. Now, what does that mean? Well, on a flat plane, if you have those two end elevations and a measured 63-foot elevation in the center, there is no way that forms a straight line. On the other hand, when we apply those elevations to an arc that has a radius of 3,959 miles, it does form a straight line. What happens on the other arm? Well, there we've got 64.12 feet at the vertex. We've got 60.04 feet at the far end. So there's an elevation change there of a little over 4 feet. What should that elevation be in the center? Well, that's easy enough. This is Euclidean geometry for you. Those are similar triangles, so we can simply average those two elevations. And we find that the center elevation actually should be 62.08 feet. What is it? In reality, it's 61.05 feet, about a foot low, just like the west arm is. And again, on a flat plane, 64.12 feet going down to 60.04 feet will miss the measured center point elevation of 61.05 feet by about 1 foot. But if you put that on an arc with a radius of 3,959 miles, it forms a really nice straight line.
Then at the southeast arm, the beginning is 64.12 feet and the end is 60.04 feet. And what Blue also forgot to mention was at the end of the southeast arm, it's elevation of 60.3 feet for 800-foot span of even elevation.
And what Mobius is trying to avoid is off the top of your head, what is 0.01 feet equal to in inches? Think about it for a second.
I think it's around 1/8 of an inch, something
That's
like
right.
that, maybe.
Yeah, just under 1/8 of an inch. It would be 0.12 inches.
Right. And your point being?
My point being that if they're getting concrete that close, they're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah. So if an elevation continues for an additional 400 to 600 feet beyond the 900 feet, and it only deviates 0.01 or 0.02 feet for an additional, 600 feet, what does that show in the drawings? Not what you can imply or what you can infer from your model, but what does it show in the actual drawings? That's what I'm asking.
Well, it shows that if you what you can do is take that center point at 63 feet and take 100-foot increments like they've taken, and just do something really, really straightforward and simple, like 8 inches per mile squared, and apply that to those distances, and then see.
So you're applying a model.
Yeah.
I'm asking you not to apply a model. I'm asking you to tell me what the drawings say, not what you infer based on a model.
The drawings say what they say. Is that what you want me to tell
you? Do you get what I'm asking?
No,
or
not at all. I don't.
I've tried to simplify it as basically as I can, but
I don't get it. The drawings say what the drawings say. Is that what you want to hear?
Okay, perfect. Well, that's all I've been saying.
Okay.
And you take that as me not understanding how to round numbers.
Well, I don't know what you're trying to make out of it, though. It's exactly what you would think it would be. The drawings say exactly what you would predict they would say,
Based on
8 inches per mile squared, based on
so based on a model.
on the surface of a sphere that is 3959. That's what it says.
So based on a model, you can infer that the numbers would be accurate.
Yeah.
Rounded.
Absolutely. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But the numbers don't say what you're inferring. The numbers say what the numbers say. Period.
No, the numbers
End of
say
story.
no. The numbers say exactly what I'm inferring when I round my calculations to 2 decimal places.
No, then the numbers don't say what you're inferring. Your inference says what you're inferring.
Yeah, the numbers say exactly what I'm inferring.
But
When I apply
the
that
numbers,
and round the number and round the calculations to 2 decimal places, you get exactly the numbers that they show you.
the numbers only go to 2 decimal places.
That's right. So I round mine to 2 decimal
So,
places.
so you're rounding from a third or fourth decimal place.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
Oh, I think he gets it all right. I think he's doing everything he can to shift the focus away from the real problem, which is that 1 foot elevation discrepancy at the center of all 4 of the arms at LIGO if the Earth were actually flat. They can't explain that. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons down there. Tickle the little bell if you want notifications. Shout out to the patrons and PayPals. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.